Describe the committee leaving out Notre Dame from the college football playoff.
Ridiculous.
Short and sweet. Short and sweet.
There you have it.
It has become one of the biggest conversations in all of college football over the last 24 hours. The unveiling of that college football playoff bracket Sunday, which does not include the Fighting Irish. So many of you are still talking today about how this could have happened, why it happened, and what happens next.
So let's first explain a few things for background, okay? So the Irish ended the season 10-2 after losing its first 2 games against Miami at Hard Rock Stadium and Texas A&M here at home. They were the first team out of the committee's 12-team playoff, and you could spend hours talking about all of the scenarios as to why. More on that in just a second.
We don't have time,
Sabrina
really?
Hoover.
Oh,
no,
okay.
sadly no. But then the Irish decided to opt out of any bowl games this year, officially ending their season after starting as a favorite to win it all.
Yeah, here's what some people near campus told us earlier today.
In one word, describe the college football playoff committee's decision to leave the Irish out of the playoff this year.
Saddening.
Why?
Well, this is my first year here, and everything looked really good. And I mean, the fact that both teams were bumped up in front of Notre Dame, it just doesn't make any sense. So.
Notre Dame is a 2-loss team. They have a 3-loss Alabama team. They lost to Florida State. It was unranked. Notre Dame has 4 points total and 2 losses to 2 playoff teams. Alabama lost by 5 times that in their supposedly important conference championship game. It's all politics. We know how it is.
That's right. So to break this down even further, because people are feeling every emotion today, they still have a lot of questions.
We want to bring in 16 sports reporter Sabrina Hoover, who has some of those answers right now. I want to start. Walk us through, because you gave us all these scenarios on Friday, you and the rest of the sports team, about what needed to happen. The Irish did not play this weekend. So what other teams needed or needed not do in order for them to make it. All those things came true, and they still got bounced.
Sounded like it was a waste of time, right, for me to say all that. I was talking to South Bend Tribune's Tom Noy last night, and it felt like a dream to say that Notre Dame is out of the playoff. You talked about those scenarios that needed to happen on Saturday. They all happened. Texas Tech needed to beat BYU in the Big 12 championship. Done. Georgia needed to beat Alabama in the SEC championship. Done. Sunday comes, committee reveals the bracket Sunday afternoon. Alabama was number 9 in the bracket, so you're thinking, okay, because Alabama lost to Georgia, they're going to bring Notre Dame above Alabama. But it came down to Notre Dame, Miami. They did the head-to-head because Miami beat Notre Dame in week 1. They sent Miami in, Notre Dame out.
There you go. There's that.
It hurts.
It does.
I'm still talking about it. So what
Shocking.
does this bracket actually look like now?
Let's take a look at that right now. The top 4 teams are number 1, Indiana, of course, number 2, Ohio State, number 3, Georgia, and number 4, Texas Tech. Those teams will all get first-round byes into the quarterfinals. After that, the number 5 through 8 seeds are in order: Oregon, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, and Oklahoma. Those 4 teams will all host first-round games. But again, just like I mentioned, the drama came in the lower seeds. Alabama earned the number 9 seed despite that blowout loss in the SEC championship game. Miami took the number 10 seed as the final at-large team in the field. Stunning news. But also I want to point out, James Madison and Tulane made the CFP because they were among the top 5 highest-ranked conference champions, earning automatic bids under the expanded 12-team format.
And that's part of the argument is, do you think they're really going to win a national championship? They could, right? They could. Anything is possible. But let's talk about the optics, obviously. Will that really happen? That's a question that's also out there. I've got to ask this final question. Some of the biggest takeaways for not being in a bowl game here.
The thing I go back and forth with is, you play in a bowl game, it's the last practice with the team, right? I mean, the seniors get their last game of the season, but then you look at it on the other side of things. Notre Dame this entire time has been ranked above Miami in every single ranking. They were preparing for the playoffs. How do you say to Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price, CJ Carr, hey, instead of the playoffs, you're going to be playing in the Pop-Tarts Bowl?
Gotcha.
So opting out of the bowl, I agree with. But it's still interesting. And also I want to note, too, the biggest thing, too, is that the ACC Conference was campaigning for Miami to make the playoffs. Athletic Director Pete Pavakwa was on the Dan Patrick Show this morning, and I want you to listen to what he had to say about that.
We were mystified by the actions of the conference to attack, their biggest, really, business partner in football and a member of their conference in 24 of our other sports. And I would tell you, Dan, I wouldn't be honest with you if I didn't say that they have certainly done permanent damage to the relationship between the conference and Notre Dame.
What do you mean?
Just we didn't appreciate the fact that we were singled out repeatedly and compared to Miami. Not by Miami. Miami has every right to do that. But it raised a lot of eyebrows here that the conference was taking shots at us.
That's hurtful. That's alarming in a way. At least that's his perspective.
Exactly. It's just stunning news. I mean, for the whole facility, for the fans, for the team. I mean, to kind of have the rug kind of ripped up from under you, right? I mean, it's crazy.
And continue to follow that storyline, obviously.